Hi everyone, welcome friends. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope you all had a good weekend. So friends, today we'll discuss about the overself. So far we have learned what is soul, right? What is aura, the seven bodies and something. So the higher self or the overself, what it is, right? So we are all connected with the overself. We need to realize, we need to be aware of it. So as we are going step by step, now because we learned, understood about soul, now we can relate it with the overself concept, what we are learning today. Right? So let me present the slides. So what is the overself? Right? So the overself is the highest expression of yourself. So most of the time we feel right, whether we are in a problem or we are doing something, there is some inner strong feeling that comes that you are doing right, you are doing wrong, or this is good, that is right. No matter how much we are disturbed, that inner feeling that comes very strong. There is no confusion of it, right? It's always guides. That is your awareness. It's nothing but right. If you're angry, something inside you says you're angry. If you're happy, something says you that you are happy, right? From where that awareness, where that intuition, or where that gut feeling is coming from. That awareness is nothing but the whole self, which is always guiding us. So, we're connected to the source. When we are connected, our soul is always connected to the whole self. That is the main source of it. It exists beyond the time and body. Suppose if you say, right, how can we relate? So the overself is the source, and our soul is part of it that comes out. Right? If you say the overself is the sun, then the sun rays, right, it comes everywhere, it experiences, it travels, it gathers things. So that's how our soul is. But the overself is the source, is always there, it's always constant. It never changes. But the soul, every time it takes birth, it evolves, it learns from experience and everything. So what is the difference between the overself versus our soul? Right? So as I said, the overself always stays in higher realm. It is pure consciousness that is always there. So what? We get the guidance, that input from the overself when we are doing things, whatever that awareness, the pure higher level of awareness that we are into, then we are connected with the overself. And we have so much different types of awareness that we go through. But when we're in the higher awareness or in the deep state, that's when we get messages or we get guidance, we say, right? That is when we are connected with the overself. It's always there as an observer. The soul comes into the life, right? It takes lives, it takes many different, births. Birth means here the body takes the birth, but the soul, it evolves each life based on the situations and experience. It takes so many things, it evolves in every lifetime. And what are the imprints are there? It's being there in the soul, or it goes in the overself. The overself knows everything, what you're doing or how, the life, the situations, everything it knows. But in the soul, we only remember a little few things. But when we improve our awareness, when we go in the higher level of dimension, then we can realize who we are, who am I. That understanding will naturally come. So we should always be connected with the ourself. Knowingly or unconsciously we are connected, but the more awareness we are, the more easily we can relate and we can get that guidance. So the ourself is always complete, right? It doesn't mean the soul only feels lack, incompleteness, but as we improve our understanding, then we feel the complete, the oneness we experience. But ourself is already complete. We are just a part of it that came here to experience. And again, we'll go back and merge the ourself. Right? That is the source from where the soul comes. Hmm? So understanding ourselves. So in the last session, when we are learning about the soul, we already saw, right? The body is the physical experience which experience everything, right? The physical things we know, we touch, we can feel that. And the mind is based on the thoughts and emotion. And the soul is learning what the experience, the thing that experiences all of this, right? And the overself is the awareness that is there. If we are soul, then we have some awareness, right? What is right, what that awareness from where it's coming, that is coming from the overself. It is always guiding us. So most of you might have heard the dimension, right? So what are the dimensions? It is not any physical place or a thing, but it's a level of awareness. How our consciousness is improving, that's what we say dimension, or how we are thinking or how we are experiencing things. That is the dimension, the level of awareness, right? How as we improve our level of awareness, the dimensions increase. So it's not a physical place, different experience of life and stages of growth. So as we improve our awareness, we are growing our dimensions. We are opening a newer. Each time we open a new dimension, and we're growing from there. Suppose, for example, you can take two persons. If they face the same situation, might be anything. It might be money, job, or anything. But both of them feel different. One might feel too much stress, but the same other might feel very calm or relaxed, or he might think in a different way. But the same situation, the way both see or the both behave or react might be different because they both are in a different level of awareness or different dimension. And they are both are not in the same state. That is what we say dimension. So the three main levels of dimensions are: the first one is lower level dimension. That is mostly about the survival. And the second one is middle level of awareness. That is the growth, where we experience growth. And the third one is higher level, that is peace or calmness. So the lower level, it is mostly based on our physical level, right? A physical world, the material life, where we mostly focus on our survival, earning money, living life. And it's also a lot of fear of losing something, fear of not getting success, or fear or competition. So these kind of all the emotions means we are at the lower level. Still in this physical world, the survival focus, fear and stress, comparison, reaction behavior, they all come in this lower level of awareness. The middle level of awareness is where we are moving from that lower level. Now we are slowly, as we understand lower level, now we are just coming out of it. We are moving the next step. That is, we are emotionally understanding. Earlier we used to feel more stressful, more reactive, but now we are understanding, okay, why I'm getting this anger or why I'm facing this situation, right? So why I'm getting this kind of thoughts. So slowly our awareness has improved, and creativity and curious. So earlier we are just focused on survival, but now we can little bit come out of the comfort zones, try new things. We are curious to know more. Earlier we were only focused, okay, if I have the money, I have the house, am I living, am I safe? That's what we don't think anything other than that. But now, once we achieve those things, we have a house, we have basic living. Now we come out of it. Right? We try to explore more beyond that. So we'll have better relationships with others because we improve our understanding. We generate empathy. Earlier we had very much competition because we always feel lack. I don't have enough money, my friends have or they have, so we have those comparisons. But now we are out of the situation. Now we are balanced in that level, so we are moving to the next level of awareness, where we have better relationship, we have that empathy, that understanding, and searching for purpose. Now the question comes: what I am doing, why I am doing this, what is the reason? So we try to explore things. So now we are in the middle level of awareness. Now as we move from here, from the middle to higher, that's where the true connection and clarity comes. Now we feel one with everyone. Oneness understanding will come, that clarity. Earlier we might have a lot of questions and doubts, but now the clarity and understanding will come. We understand things and situation, why they are happening. We surrender, we don't blame, we don't judge, we accept things. Less fear. Earlier we used to fear, okay, what will happen this, but now the fear is not there. We see things as they are, we don't worry about good and bad, right or wrong. The duality exists in the middle level of awareness, but now everything feels one. We see things as they are, we don't judge them. The calm mindset and bigger perspective. Like we see things beyond. Earlier we only see at the 2D level, but now we see more than that. Beyond the 3D level, we start seeing at the big picture. Earlier things now don't matter. So that's how at every stage we improve our awareness and we move from lower, middle to higher level of awareness. So what is this awareness or dimension? What is the relation between now? See, the awareness we saw in the three stages, but the dimensions are more deeper level of awareness, right? Detailed map of awareness at every, as we improve each and every level of awareness, there will be different dimensions. They're all interconnected. From basic awareness to higher awareness. That's how we see the dimensions. Step by step growth of consciousness. In more deeper level, if we, drop down from, awareness, dimensions are at a more deeper level. So let's understand what are these dimensions and what are the different types of it. So the first dimension, right? Awareness of existence. It's mostly in the lower level. Now what we saw that this awareness we have different in three stages, right? Now we are going more into the three stages. In each and every stage, how the awareness happens at every dimension, we are improving our consciousness. So the first dimension is awareness of existence. It's a basic existence. There is no individuality. There's no I, me, nothing. There's no comparison, nothing. It's basic foundation of life. So here, if you can say rock or, the minerals, stones and everything, they come here in the first dimension. Right? They are living, but they don't have any feelings, they don't have any consciousness, they can't think, they don't feel their existence also. There is no comparison, nothing. They just live. And they have some basic consciousness that they are living, but other than that, they don't have any thoughts, emotions, any feelings like we have. Right? They are just a basic level of existence. Some awareness is there, but no deeper level of thoughts and emotions or any consciousness. So the first dimension is you can say the rocks or stones, anything that are there in this. Now the second dimension is growth and response. So earlier it was only awareness, the basic level of awareness, but here we can see some growth and response. So here the second dimension they come is plants. So plants they grow, right? The stones and all we can't see them grow, we just exist there. But the plants we see they grow, and they are aware, right? They can respond. See, when sunlight comes, we see many plants, they turn towards the sunlight, they respond, they can feel the water, right? So the response is there and growth is there, the plants grow. So growth and response, plants in simple life. And reactive awareness, they react to, sunlight or water. So the reaction is there now. So now the consciousness has just improved to the next level. That means we are in the second dimension, a next level of awareness from the basic one. So as we move into the third dimension, that is where the human comes, our human life, right? So we grow, we have the response, we have feelings and emotions, we have ego, we have identity. The plants also still they don't know, they don't say I or me, but now as our brain has evolved, we can think, we can feel, we know our identity, I am this, I am that, right? And the duality also comes. We know good and bad. So earlier the plants and all they don't judge, they don't have that level of understanding, right? But as a humans, we have the time, we go into the past, present and future, we have a duality, we judge right or wrong, good and bad, understanding is there. So we have evolved. So that's why we call humans as a 3D experience, learning through life. So based on our experience, we learn. So plants and minerals, they don't have that much experience, right? They just be as an awareness, but we react, we respond. So that is there. And the fourth dimension is emotion and imagination. Now the basic humans are there, but here we evolve. We are more into deeper level of emotions. How we think, how we get our imagination will come. We think beyond, we try to create things, right? Dreams and intuition. So as our awareness moves, we come into the spiritual practice and all. Our dreams get more real, we get more intuitions and messages. Earlier people, normally people, right? They don't know all of these things. They do their basic life. But when they move into that, now we are consciously aware of our thoughts and emotions. So now we move into the middle level of awareness, if you say, right? Our thought create experience. So by our thoughts, we can create things. We can attract situations in our life. So the fifth dimension is love and unity, right? So here we form more relationship, deeper level. We generate that love and compassion. We feel everyone as one. Earlier it was only I, me, that identity was there. Then we move next level. We start understanding others, but now we have moved a step ahead. There is less fear, there is no comparison, there is no judgment, and peaceful awareness. We are more aware of what's happening. And the sixth dimension is creation and patterns. So as we improve more, now we understand the situations, why they are happening, what type of patterns am I attracting, what's happening in my life, that deeper understanding will come. Now we can relate to energy and vibration, we can feel. Right? If we come into meditation, slowly, initially, we don't experiment energy. But we can see some changes. We feel better, we feel calm, we feel patient. But as we do more and more, that energy and vibration, we can feel, we can connect with these things. We can understand. Earlier, if you listen, if you also, we cannot relate, don't understand. But now your awareness is improved. Now your understanding, your consciousness has improved. So if you listen to this topic, you can understand, you can relate them and higher creativity. So as our awareness increases, our thoughts and emotions align, we can create a lot more things, we can attract things in our life. For manifestation also, energy has to be at higher level. We have to get a positive state to attract things. If you're in the lower level and always thinking negative, so you won't attract things, the right things. You will attract negative things. Again, a similar situation. For that also, you have to be in a higher level. Higher creative means higher energy, positive thinking. That should be there. So as our awareness increases, we move from lower to higher dimension, that means we're moving from negative to positive. So we can attract things even better. The situations or people. The seventh dimension is wisdom and higher knowledge. So now we improve as a wisdom and guidance. Things start coming into place. The wisdom also, we learn, we evolve. Based on our inner guidance also, we learn a lot of things and outer experience also. So as our awareness increases, so we get those kind of situations where we learn and grow, where we understand things, right? If the situation comes in the lower level of awareness, people don't understand, they don't know how to handle that. So every situation or every awareness or every experience, they come at what level we are. At every level, there are different challenges, there are different situations where we learn from it, we experience, we learn the wisdom based on that, so that understanding will grow. And here the soul awareness will also come. Now you can feel that there is something inside me. I'm not just a physical body, but I'm way beyond. I'm the soul. I'm the soul in this human experience. Right? Now we have the deeper understanding of life. And the eighth dimension is the universal energy. Now we know that there is universe, the cosmic laws, that unity, that is the oneness. Now we can experience. Earlier we know that we have the energy, the body needs energy. But now we know that everywhere there is energy. The whole universe is working based on energy. What is inside me is the same. Everything is inside you. We are different. We are experiencing life different ways, but everything is same. How we see things is different. Might be you are a different dimension, I am a different dimension. We are all experiencing the same thing, but our understanding is different. How we see things is different. Right? In the ninth dimension is the pure awareness. Earlier, there might be some confusion and all, but now we are completely aware. Earlier, we meant, go to some awareness and we come back again to the physical world, we move. But now, we have reached that level where we are pure aware. Most of the time, we are in that awareness. No separation. We don't feel separate. Now we know that we are connected with everyone. We are that oneness and the collective consciousness. We understand that I am in everyone and everyone is in me. That is what we understand. Earlier, we think we are two different people. We are all physically we are connected in this 3D world. Right? We meet, we have relationships, we have family, we have society. But now, in the consciousness level, we are all one. Our thoughts, our energy, everything is connected. We're all having different experience, but we're all the energy beings having this human experience. In the 10th dimension, now as we evolve in each and every dimension, we are growing. Now finally when we reach 10th dimension, that is the Overself, which is the purest consciousness, which is always remain the stable. Here everything is there, the clarity is there, the completeness is beyond the time. Earlier we might be moving in past and future. Now everything is same. There is no past, there is no future, everything is present. Everything is there in that moment. That is the source of the soul. So as we improve the awareness in the life, then again we come back and we merge into the overself. The soul takes different lifetime, different births to experience these different dimensions. And as it evolves, it moves in next dimension and then finally merges here. If you don't realize, if you don't improve our awareness and what happens, still that awareness comes, the soul has to take the rebirth again and again, every lifetime. But as awareness improves, it moves and finally comes back. Then after here, there will be no more rebirth. Right? Once it merges, there will be no more rebirth. Until that awareness comes, it has to face, it has to go through life, learn and evolve each and every time. So life as a journey. So now we understood how this awareness, how these different dimensions work, and what is this overself and how the soul comes, right? So growth to experience. So everything happens with the growth. When we face challenges and we experience things, then only we grow. Our way of understanding things, the way of reaction, everything changes. Right? If there are no situations, we won't grow. So they're important for us to grow and evolve. Challenges are lessons, nothing is wasted. If you think, this thing came, there is nothing from, nothing to learn, or why I experienced this, we may not understand at the time, but later we know everything came for a reason. It came for something to understand and to transform me, and no experience is a waste. It might be good or bad, everything we are experiencing is, there might be a reason, it's always for our own growth. So now we know that there is overself, how we can connect to that overself. Life is mostly silence, sitting in silence, awareness, observation, and trusting your intuition. This four can be done with meditation. Right? We sit in silence, we are aware. We don't judge, we don't analyze what we are aware what's happening inside us. We observe our breath and whatever that inner feeling, right? When we are not thinking, when we are not recollecting anything, whatever the pure intuition, the thought, the feeling or emotion comes, that is what the intuition is. That is coming from the higher self. Right? When we have understood many masters here who say, when you're deep silence, that message will come, that guidance will come. When you're in the zero state, that is the pure meditative state. Sometimes even if you don't meditate, if you just sit silently without, thinking anything or judging anything, deepest silence also you'll get, you can feel that your lower self is there, that is guiding you, your awareness about anything, whatever comes when you're not thinking anything, that is what is guiding you. That means at the time you're connected with the higher self or the overself. So finally the summary is, you are more than your thoughts. If our mind is thinking, that means we are still in the physical world. When we are beyond these thoughts, beyond the time and space, then that's what we are in the deepest awareness or in the highest dimension. Awareness shapes your life. The more you are aware, as we learn to read the different levels, the different stages of awareness, right? As we move, our life shapes. We grow, we evolve more and more. And growth is continuous. There is never going back, but every time we are growing only. Even if we take the same life birth, right? But we are learning there. You cannot, if once you reach one dimension or one, state, again the next rebirth will not be going below that. You might be taking number of births in that dimension or in that awareness only until you evolve, then you move to the next one. So the growth is always continuous. It's never reverse or you cannot come back also. So the main theme is to stay aware, being more aware, being more mindful, being more conscious. The more you are, the more conscious you are, the more you can connect or you can understand or you can easily identify what, how you are connected with the higher self, what messages you're getting, what is your purpose, why you came here. So everything will be understood when we are continuing the deeper state. Because ourself knows everything. Everything, our full data is it. So that is the source. But it's just as an observer. When you tap into it, you will get the wisdom. You will get the knowledge. So thank you, friends. I hope this was helpful to you all with understanding. If anyone has any questions, you can unmute yourself. before we go into meditation? Okay. If there are no questions, then we can go into the meditation. Anyone wants to add anything?
Yes. So yeah, definitely it's a new concept. We all know that what is ISL, but we never been tried that how to reach that highest consciousness. So as a meditator or when you're in the spiritual journey, we should know higher consciousness, how to reach the you know that level. It's not easy, right? So the masters who are in the spiritual practices, still we can reach that state. So when you practice regularly, regular meditation and the silence, and we get messages, but most of the time everybody get messages, but we don't decode properly, right? We don't know. Sometimes the messages comes anyway, but once you're into the deeper silence and highest um, consciousness, so we can get something. Definitely, it's a good concept, and when the summary says that, right? So the challenges, everybody, there is no challenges in our life. There is no people. That's what they know. That's right. Every challenge we learn from every challenge. So once we get a challenge, we think that most of them, like, we feel that, okay, why it is coming to me? I do a regular puja, or I do meditation. I'm doing service, but why? That question will come, but we never think that why not. And definitely, once we do that, why not? What should I learn from this challenge, and how to connect that, our soul or higher consciousness, how to get message, or you can share that with your spiritual master, whatever you're getting the challenge, so you will get some idea. That's why we should have one mentor, guru, or teacher to um, discuss with them to get the answers, because we don't know sometimes. We get challenge, okay, oh, I'm getting this challenge. Even though I'm doing meditation, I'm getting a lot of challenges. I don't want to do meditation, or I don't want to pray God, because God is being trouble. So this is definitely a good concept to understand how to reach our higher consciousness of ourselves, and to understand our life, the journey of our life, the soul journey. So that we don't feel stress or we don't feel low, and whatever we always elevate ourselves, and our soul growth will be there. Thank you. That's all I want to add. What you would like to add?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Thank you, Apurva. I joined in halfway through the session, but it's wonderful. This is the first time I'm hearing. Over higher self is we heard, but yeah, it's all about the consciousness. Higher consciousness, over self. Where can I read more about this over self? This one.
I think you can find in Google also. You can search, but there are some books also.
Okay. Is there a particular book on the over self, or?
Yeah, we have this You Forever and
You Forever. Okay.
And one more book, I'll send you the name. So,
Sure. Yeah, that would be great. But wonderful. Allow hearing. Should have joined there from the beginning.
have the
Yeah.
recording.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
And yeah, I want to add one more thing. So till we understand or we connect, our higher self, and we connect to them and we receive the guidance and messages, then we don't need external, master or anything. Till that time we need, till we decode or till we realize intuition, we trust them, we need someone to help us. But once we are connected directly with the higher self, we don't need any external, support or no masters. We can purely, we can lead our life based on our higher self that will guide us purely, whatever to do, what is the next thing we need to do, or any messages or any support, everything will be given by the higher self. But till you reach that dimension of consciousness, you need the external support. The main thing is to trust. Whenever we do small things, right, we get some confusion or something, right, we ignore them. Even though we know we ignore them, as we believe or trust more and more and improve our consciousness, as we saw at every level, there are different challenges, different level of understanding. As we improve each and every stages, we finally go to that level. So everything is here based on growth and consciousness, improving our awareness. The more we are aware, the more we can be happy and we can move into the higher consciousness. So thank you, friends. So with this, let's go into the meditation. So as usual, we'll be doing the mindfulness meditation. So as you see in the picture, sit comfortably, close your eyes and clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, and observe your normal natural breath. Don't forcefully inhale or exhale, just observe how your breath is going in and coming out. As you observe the breath, what happens slowly, our mind gets empty. You don't
Dear friends, sit comfortably, close your eyes, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, and now observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Don't forcefully inhale or exhale, just observe the breath. As you observe the breath, our mind becomes empty. Just be with your breath, dear friends. Let thoughts come and go. Don't get attached to it. Don't get carried by your thoughts. Whenever you realize you're in thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath. This time we are spending for our own self. We are all into the group meditation. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. Come back to your body, dear friends. Recollect your experiences. What did you feel? Friends, at this moment, let's express gratitude. Be grateful to your parents, teachers, and mentors. Be grateful to your family members, friends, and everyone you know. Be grateful to plants, animals, and Mother Nature. Be grateful to all the technology and devices which we are using, through which we are all connected. Elevate yourself with this feeling of love and compassion and feeling of oneness with each and everyone. Whenever you are ready, place your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds and then slowly open your eyes. Thank you, friends. Welcome back. I hope you all had a good meditation today. So, friends, from tomorrow we'll be starting the book sessions. So we'll be doing 2 books this time in a week. Earlier we used to do only 1 book, right? But the book You Forever and the Conversation with God, they both are very enlightening, and you will get a lot of answers and deeper insights. So please do attend regularly. The book You Forever, it has 30 chapters. It's a very long. So we thought instead of doing 1 book, for 3 months, we all will be fully into that. So instead we can do parallelly 2 books. So, we'll have some different variation. So that's why from tomorrow we'll be doing 2 books. So please do join regularly and gain this wisdom. And if you can, please go through the chapters. And if you have any questions or insights, we can always discuss in the sessions. So have a good day and good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. See you all tomorrow.